Yo, what's up? I'm going to explain how to do the new route for any percent, and this video I'm gonna do this just in just one take, so I'm too lazy to do any editing, so just try to bear with me here. So, and if you want a clean text written guide, I will provide that in the description or somewhere in the Discord. So, so I will have this video and an actual text guide. You can follow both or one of them. Okay, to start the route for this, we will need to have to change Toan's name first, and we will need to change Toan's fifth character to have a Japanese symbol there, a katakana letter, and the way we can access a Japanese part here is to go to this arrow here pointed to the right, and from here we press down and X at the same time. If I can do that. Kinda tricky. It's kinda similar to doing the broken dagger. There we go. Now, when we are here, we want to place this particular character in the fifth letter, and we also want to make sure that there's nothing else here. So delete everything here and place this here. Now this value is a 51 value, so this is something that we will be placing in the save data, and the 51 is the same value that we use to go to the credits game scene. So this will be applied at the very end of the route. Alright, so this is the beginning part. Now let's skip to the actual choice of this thing, which is the glitch menu part. So now, to start off, you need to have a weapon. You don't need to have them like this, you can have them here. You need to have a weapon, extra weapon other than dagger, and you need to have any attachment. Anything is fine. So there is a way to get both of these. You can get an attachment and a base a weapon from the glitch menu as a backup. But I think it's better if you try to get these from the dungeon, because then you will have less steps in the menuing, and the less complicated the menu is, the more chances that you have that you might not mess something up and lose time like that. So, but I'm gonna show you both of them. I'm gonna first show you how to do this first part, like assuming you already have the weapon and the attachment, and then I'll show you how to do the backup while getting while getting both of them at the same time. Alright, so we begin with activating this menu so we can get the glitched item, the steel hammer. We go here and grab the steel hammer that we always get here, and then we go here 4 times up, circle around, and here. Then we start with placing the steel hammer to the money slot here, and then we need to get to 12,536 gold, and the way we can do this is that we buy 4 gold bars, 3 auto repair powders, 1 antidote, and 1 stand-in powder. Now, this thing, we go and place this in the shop for now. And now, when we have 65,000 gold, we will get another thing. And we need to get to 51,275 gold. So we can do that by buying 14 gold bars. and 1 auto repair powder, and 3 repair powders. Now, this is interesting here. Now, in the money slot we have 51,000 gold, and this right here is not an item, but it is a value that we can grab. And because this value is so high, the game doesn't think that it's an actual item, so it won't show anything in the cursor. But when we press X here, we will actually grab the value, the 51,000 value. So right now we have this value in the cursor, like we are holding the value. So now what we do with this value is we go to the attachment tab and we can place it here temporarily in this slot here. You just press X and it will go there. Like, it's kind of tricky because there's no visual cue or anything, but you can just trust me, like it will place 51,000 value here. Alright. Next part is, let me look at my notes. Yeah, now we go to weapon tab, and from here we press the right 3 times. And here now we want to delete our inventory. Delete on inventory, and then we press 1 down and get our weapon that we have acquired before. We go to the shop, we go 1 up here, we go here. And my notes actually say that from this position we go 3 times to the right here, and we place this weapon here. Next, we will go back 2 and back to the left 2 times, and then to the attachment tab. And now this is where we placed our 51,000 value. So we can press X here again, and it will grab the invisible with 51,000 value. Now we go left, and we will go to the item tab, and we will go out of bounds because we have no more inventory. Now we go left, up, go back to this slot here, and from here we will go up 17 times. So 17 times up, press. So alright, 17 times up. We go back to the shop, we go here to the first slot here, and then from here we go 1 more right to here, and we press X again to drop the 51,000 value here. Alright, now we go back to shop and we will start putting these items to the active item slot. So take revival powder, we put it in here, take the glitched item here, we put it 1 right from the revival powder, like that. And now we just unlock the map. So we grab bread, or it can be anything else really. We take bread, go here, and 8 times up. Back to the shop, and we go here, and 1 right from here, and this will unlock the world map. Alright, now before I go to the next part of the glitch menu, let me show you this part again, but this time how to do the backup, how to get both the attachment and the weapon at the same time. You don't always have to get them both at the same time. Sometimes you already have one of them. So, for this case, I'll show you how to get both of them. So, let me get rid of this. Let me get rid of this attachment I had here, and we'll go again. The same thing. But this time we want to set up our money to have a certain value. So for the weapon, or excuse me, for the attachment, we first want to set up a gold value that is either 85 or it's from 90 to 107, or from 111 to 120. So any of these values will suffice. And all of this stuff depends on what items you might find in the dungeon. If you have a really insane run, god run, where you don't even pick up any chests or items at all, you might not have much items to sell, and that could be a problem. But let's say you found some items like I'm gonna, like, for example, I'm gonna just sell this if I have some money and get these cheaper items. So we sell this to get 100 gold, and we will need this to get the attachment from the money slot. But also, if we want to get the weapon, we want to place some money here in this shop side, and we need to place between 85 and 120 gold here. So once again, I can just take this money will suffice. I'm gonna put this in the shop for now. So now we have 100 gold for attachment, and 100 is ready here. So now we can get the steel hammer. Go here, circle around. Now, since we are getting a weapon from the backup, we need to temporarily place this steel hammer here, one slot under the money slot, because when we check in later, we don't want this steel hammer item to disappear, because it will disappear if it's like here somewhere. So put the steel hammer here, one slot below, and now when we want to set up the weapon backup, we take this escape powder and we put this in the money slot. And simultaneously now, if you had to set up a attachment backup, we will now also grab an attachment that that we had set up before. So this attachment now, we should go and place this in our first attachment slot, like our actual bag of attachments. So to do that, we go we switch to attachment tab, we go 3 times down, and then 5 times right, and place it here. So it's now in the first slot of our bag. Now we go back to the slot, back to the shop, and now we check in, and now we have in the money slot we have a weapon for Toan. So we can now take this, go to the weapon tab, go 3 times down, and from here we go 2 times to the right and drop the weapon here. And this is the backup portion of the route if you have to do all the get all the backup stuff. So now the rest of this is now following the same route. So we take the steel hammer, we place it here, and we buy. Hold on, let me check my notes again. It's 4 gold bars, 3 auto repairs, antidote, stunning powder. We take this, put this here, then we buy these, and auto repair powder, these. To this value, we take this, and we go and place it here temporarily. And now, and the reason why we place this temporarily here, because it's now we are going to delete our inventory, and we need it to be here. We need it 51,000 value to be here, so it doesn't get deleted when we delete the inventory. Right. So from here, 3 times to the right. Like we can see, we like you can see here, like this is where I placed the weapon before. So one right from here. Press X, delete inventory. Go back left here. Take the 51,000 value from attachments. And we do the same thing as before. We go here 17 times up. Sorry, that was a bit slow, but yeah. Here, and then one right, and drop it here. And the same stuff with all this as well. Place these items here in the active items, take the bread, and unlock the map. Alright, so that was both the normal way to do it and with the backups. So I hope that was clear enough how to do this part here. Now we can continue with the rest of the route. So we can exit the shop. We open our inventory, and the same thing that we do in the old route of any percent, we will go and pick up this powder that we have here, go right 2 times, and drop it here. In my run in my speed run that I did earlier, I screwed up because I accidentally went one right too much here and tried to place the powder here, and this mess up costed me like 10 seconds in the run. It's kinda stupid. Okay, we place here, then go left once, we pick up this invisible item, the 12,000 item, go right 4 times, and that way we will have the powder stacked. Now we will pick up the attachment that we have, and go to this powder stack and press square to unequip the powders. And now we want to go and place this attachment in the last slot of our attachment pack. And there is a reason for this, because we want to use this as a visual cue later. Alright, now do not open item tab anymore until we are at the last part of the glitch menu. Or actually, now it doesn't really matter that much, but you don't want to open the item pack anymore. So now we can go to the Dark Heaven. It should be unlocked now, so that is the first portion done with the Gaffer, and the rest of the menu that we do is just 2 parts really, like the remaining part we do in Dark Heaven is much faster and quicker than before. We don't need to do like any weapon upgrading or breaking down weapon or anything. So when we are here, we go check in, and we go to weapon tab, and we go right 2 times, and we can grab this weapon we placed earlier. Then we go left 3, or we go left like this, up, go here, and we go to this spot here. Now here in old route, what we used to do is we looked for a foundation, and when we found the foundation, we counted down 77 times. But now we don't have to count down anymore, because we will have a visual cue, and it will be that attachment that we set up earlier. And the funny thing is, instead of going down 77 times, we would have to go down 78 times, so it's literally just 1 slot below than we used to do before. Right. So the way we do this now, well, the way I do this now is that I scroll down until I see the foundation appear, and I will keep scrolling down for 5 seconds after I see the foundation. And I usually use a timer for this. I want to have like a timer somewhere, like live split or something, and just add 5 seconds to that. You can also manually count like anything that you can find good for yourself. It doesn't really matter. But the general idea is just you keep scrolling 5 seconds. Alright, so let me do that. So I'll search for a foundation and then 5 seconds more scrolling. There it was, about 5 seconds. Around here, somewhere. So now you should be around at least under 10 slots away from the attachment visual cue, depending on how safe or risky you went with this. So now what we do is we drop this weapon here, and we check attachment tab. We check if we have the attachment there that we placed earlier. So in my case, it's the barrel. So attachment is not here. We go back to weapon tab, pick up the weapon, go one down, and check again. And we keep repeating this process until we find the attachment. Here it is. So for me, it was just four more times down. Okay. So we now have the visual cue. We go back to weapon tab, we pick up this weapon, and from here it's just 7 times down. So we press down 7 times. Like that. Now we exit from the storage, and now when we press triangle, it will open our inventory immediately because we will have powders overstacked there from the 12,000 powders that we did earlier. And the difference now is when we open our inventory, our cursor will be way off screen somewhere. So so right now there's no cursor anywhere on the screen. So, and what we do now when we open this inventory is we press right once, so right one time, and then we press X. And when we press X, you should see Toan's name move slightly there. Like Toan's name should move to the left a little bit like that. That means that we have now picked up the 51 value that we set up all the way at the beginning for the Toan's name, that the Japanese letter. Now we will keep holding and scrolling right, and at some point you will see the cursor will appear from the left side of the screen. And you will keep holding until it goes past the right side of the screen, and from here you can still keep holding for about a couple seconds or so. But mainly you want to look for a glitchy texture that's gonna appear soon. But the cursor is going to get glitchy in a moment here. So first we have these yellow lines here, and the second one, when we go right again, it will be this glitchy cursor state. And from here we will go right 6 times. And press X to drop the 51 value here. And that is the actual setup for the credits warp. So now we have set up the scene in the saved data to be 51. Now all we need to do now is just exit this item menu and save the game. And we press up here, well I pressed up there to go back to this active, to get my cursor back on the screen. Now we could just trash these survival powders. We could just take these and put this in the trash can, like that's one easy way to do this. But there is an alternate way to do the menuing a little bit faster, and that is we can take this Available powder, go right once, and then go to the item tab and drop it here. Now, we can drop these powders here, but we cannot drop them here, like directly here, because that will mess up, like the game will think that we are actually holding these. So we don't want to put them right here. So we take the powder, go to item tab, now we go one more right, we can place it here, and the same thing with the last one. Take this, go right 2 times, and place it here. And that's it pretty much. That is everything. We now save the game. And that will be the credits for. I might as well just quickly show it, like I'm gonna boost up the emulator speed, and you can see that it should be the credit scene here. So yeah, all of this, if you do somewhat perfectly, you can save around 30 seconds compared to the old route. Yeah, that's pretty much everything I had to say about this. I think I got everything covered, pretty much, including the backups, so yeah. And like I said before, the text written guide will be down below in the description or somewhere in the Discord link or somewhere. Alright, that is it for this guide. And good luck with this category.